All right, today we're going to look at creating some custom objects, adding custom objects in like these scenery panels here. If you're looking to add an object to your scene and there's no panel or object that you're wanting to add in here, there's a workaround that you can do by adding in an image, something like a PNG image, to get some objects like this. So I'll show you how to do that real quick. All right, so let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do real quick here is I'm just going to actually delete all of this and to increase the lighting in the room here. And so to add the object to the scene, basically what I want to do is just add an image here and then upload a specific image. So the image that I'm going to upload is this one, which I already uploaded into my library here. And this is a scenery panel from Atomic Design. It looks kind of like this when it's all put together. So there's two panels that kind of crisscross and they create a column and a sort of wall here. So that's kind of the look that we're going for with this scenery piece. All right, so the first thing is when you add it in here, it probably won't be this exact size that you need, so you might want to scale it down to a different size. I'm going to go into this front camera view here. I'm going to hit the zoom key here, and then I'm going to move it down to the floor here. And so basically I want it to be twice the size of the panels that they show on their website. All of these blue squares here are a foot by a foot. So if we scale this down to be around about the size of two of those, it should be close. So let's see here. Maybe about here. If I drag my mouse over it, it's about 22 inches. Let me switch this. I'll put this right at the ground here. Move this up just a little bit. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the snapping settings here to 22.5 inches. So if I duplicate one of these and then move it up, I can see that it is right at about the edge of that. So it's really close. So I'm going to scale it up just a tiny bit more. Let's be about right there. And then if I delete this one and duplicate a new one, it should be right there. Okay, so it looks like from the example these things are offset, so what I want to do is rotate it 180 degrees. So I'm just going to change this to 45 degrees, and then I'm going to be able to rotate it 180 degrees here, and then I'm going to move it up to here. And it looks like it got a little off because I rotated it, so I'm just going to move it slightly around here so it looks like it's right on top there. And over just a tad, and that looks pretty close. Okay, so from here I'll set this back to 22.5 inches, and I'm just going to make a column out of this. So I'm just going to duplicate these, every other one, and move them up so they're kind of offset like this. All right, so now I have one column here. And basically the way that these columns seem to work is that you crisscross them in 45 degrees so they kind of sit on top of each other. So to do that, I'm going to duplicate this whole column here. It looks like one of them, oh, okay, there we go. And once I have the whole column, what I want to do is offset them again, so I'll show you what I mean. If I move this up here, I'm going to delete this top one and then duplicate this one so that they're basically sort of offset, if that makes sense. So now to kind of make them crisscross, I guess at 45-degree angles, or actually I think it would be 90 degrees, I'm going to sit them on top of each other, and I'm going to go back into the orbit view here, hit the zoom key, and I'm just going to rotate them 45 degrees. So I think this one will go that way, and then I'll get this next column to go the other way. So something like that. So I believe that's pretty close to what they look like. I could be wrong, but I'm not going to spend too much time on getting the pattern exactly right. So you can play around with this however you want to. All right, so from here, basically to create kind of a wall, I'm going to change this back to 0 and move this over just a bit. All right, now back here in the orbit view, I'm going to duplicate all of them again. Make sure I got all of them selected by dragging out over all of them. And then I'm going to hold the Alt key and drag the red arrow here. Set this, make sure this is at 0. And I'll just do this a couple more times to get like a larger wall here. All right, so let's say that we're good with that. From here, I'm gonna set some lights on it real quick. So I'm just gonna go into Add to Objects, Lighting, and then move one of these lights, drag and drop one of these lights out here. So I'll place that there, and then maybe I'll do 2 more. So I'm holding my Alt key and dragging this arrow here. And I'm gonna move this kind of closer to it. From here, I can do a couple different things with the light, so I can kind of move it up and down, set the intensity of it, and change the color a bit. And maybe I want to offset this a bit, so I'm going to just select these 2 lights and change their color a little bit. All right, so I'm going to stop here, and basically from here you can add in whatever you want around it, you know, stages, backdrops, anything you want to kind of finish out the design. And yeah, let us know if you have any questions, either here or on our chat feature is always a quick way to get help if you need any help.